It's the hashtag Simply Cyber, COMMUNITY. Here to break the cycle, this is vital more than you and I. Yeah, it's exciting, it don't matter what your title is. You can grab a friend or two or three or four and invite them in. It's the Simply Cyber, bring a good vibe. It's that live with Jerry every morning, having good time. And you know we love to see for you, just gotta go and get it. Yeah, you know we all believe in you, it's time to grow together. It's that Simply Cyber, bring a good vibe. It's the live with Jerry every morning, having good times. And you know we love to see for you, just gotta go and get it. Yeah, you know we all believe in you, it's time to grow together. Dr. Oja is a OG, got that potion in your elixir. Got devotion to all those who keep on showing up to witness. Fit the tricks, equips, and all the tips to raise your cyber fitness. Switching up the routines, pass it off to James McQuiggan. Keep the people smiling, hit that follow, that's a good decision. Every week, today, tomorrow, I encourage y'all to listen. We gon' teach y'all way more than how to protect yourselves from phishing. More like being confident so you can recognize the vision. On a mission, it's official, we gon' get through all these issues. Time for Jawjacking, baby, this is more than a tradition, yeah. Oh, I can't forget to recognize the mods. They the engine, they the reason that you leave and feeling charged. It's that Simply Cyber, bring a good vibe. It's that live with Jerry every morning, having good times. And you know we love to see for you, just gotta go and get it. Yeah, you know we all believe in you, it's time we grow together. It's that Simply Cyber, bring a good vibe. It's that live with Jerry every morning, having good times. And you know we love to see for you, just gotta go and get it. Yeah, you know we all believe in you, it's time we grow together. Yeah. What else can I say? I hope you find some value in this place and have yourself an awesome day. Simply Cyber's here to stay. So let's all put our hands together ready. Time to hang with Dr. A.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the party. Today is Monday, July 7th, 2025. This is episode 913 of your Simply Cyber Daily Cyber Threat Brief podcast. I am your host, as always, or not always. Tyler Ramsby has been sitting in the A-hole chair, but I've slid over from the B-hole into the A-hole chair. So for the foreseeable future, I will be your host, Dr. Gerald Ozier, and over the next hour, me, you, Gary Sergiotis, Port Zero, Phil Stafford, and the San Francisco Connection will all be shredding the top cybersecurity news stories alongside a cup of coffee and a smile. And what we'll be doing with these top stories of the day is doing everything within my power to, basically distill value from the stories. Yes, it's obvious for threat intelligence perspectives to stay current on what's cracking in the mainstream media, but also going beneath the headlines. What does that new piece of legislation mean for you? What does this threat actor's technique going from healthcare to retail, scattered spider, what does that mean for you? So based on 20 years of experience and a fueled passion for cybersecurity, I will do everything in my power to support this community and be able to help you basically crush it as a professional, right? So if you're actively at a job right now, you can use this information to just kick so much butt. Or if you're looking to break into the industry, you can use this to crush job interviews. And if you already work in industry, trust me, you will likely have another job interview at some point. Wouldn't it be nice to already be smashing down walls with your knowledge and prowess? Good morning, Alana Boyajian. Guys, I am so excited. DJ B-Sec is in mod chat this morning, so everybody be cool. Guys, we got a good one for you. We got a great week. We are off and running. I hope you had a lovely 4th of July weekend. You can see I've got a little bit of sun kiss to my tone. Did a lot of family stuff and ready to be back and at work with all of you. Guys, we got a great show for you today. As I mentioned, we got 8 top stories alongside tons of sharing, and if you want, stay tuned to the end, because at the top of the hour we're going to switch over to a show called Jawjacking, which is basically mentoring. So if you need some cybersecurity career mentorship, we got you covered at the top of the hour. As always, mid-roll, we will be recognizing one team member of the community, giving them a Amazon gift card or some Simply Cyber merch, just letting you all know how amazing the community members are in chat. Now, before we get into it, let me say shout out and love to the stream sponsors, those who enable me to bring this show to you on the reg without delay. Even if I'm on vacation, we are able to fill those gaps. Thank you again, Tyler Ramsby, and thank you all of you for showing Tyler, some love. All right, guys, I do want to say shout out and thanks to the stream sponsors, starting with Antisyphon Training. Antisyphon is disrupting the traditional cybersecurity training industry by offering high-quality, cutting-edge education to everyone. This July 9th, so 2 days from now, this Wednesday at noon Eastern Time, I want to call your attention to the Anticast. This is a recurring live stream that Antisyphon puts on, and this Wednesday, we're talking with Jason Haddix about attacking AI. Jason Haddix, really well-known cybersecurity professional. If you do not know who Jason Haddix is yet, allow me to introduce him. This is him on the right. He's done amazing things in the bug bounty space. He's done amazing things in the AI space. He's CISO. He was at Ubisoft for a while. So, dude, the guy's great. He's really, really kind as well. So go check that out. I'll drop a link in chat. This is put on by Antisyphon Training. Like I said, I love those guys. Also, self-promotion here. If you stick around for the attacking AI version and you're on what is it called? What's it called? Like Duolingo, a streak. If you're on a streak and you want to keep cooking, oh wait, hold on. This is Tuesday. I'm sorry. Just forget I said that. Antisyphon Training. Go check it out. I love it. I love it. I love it. Also want to say shout out to Barricade Cyber Solutions. Hopefully you guys caught Eric's webinar last week. I want to remind you about their Fortify 365 solution. Hey, what's up? Marcus Kyler, King Stafford, happy birthday to those birthday folks today. Good morning, everyone. Yes, Legrad, it's on a train bound, riding low on a hip on a train bound for glory. Listen, Barricade Cyber Solutions Fortify 365 solution will help you strengthen your Microsoft 365 environment. Basically, there's tons of configuration in there, and if you don't know how to do it, you're inviting yourself into some disaster. The team over at Barricade Cyber implements proven security standards to protect your business from cyber threats, ensure compliance, and safeguard your sensitive data. They've helped countless organizations strengthen their M365 defenses with tailored solutions that address real-world vulnerabilities. Don't wait until after a breach to take action. Visit Fortify365.com today to learn how they can help you secure your environment. I also want to say shout out to Delete Me. Who doesn't love a good Delete Me, everybody? Let me get my little Chiron up here. Check it out, everybody. Delete Me makes it easy, quick, and safe to remove your personal data online at a time when surveillance and data breaches are common enough to make everyone vulnerable. Delete Me does all the hard work of wiping your data and your family's personal information from data broker websites. And as someone with an active online presence, privacy is really important to me. If you saw the social media post that I posted of my kids this weekend and myself at a local pizza shop here, in Amherst, Massachusetts, where I went for undergraduate, I put little emote faces on their faces, so basically, the images couldn't be scraped and used by data broker sites. So if you want to take your privacy seriously and help have your personal information scrubbed from data broker sites, take control of your data, keep your private life private by signing up for Delete Me Now at a special discount for all of you listeners. You get 20% off your Delete Me plan when you go to joindeleteme.com/simplycyber and use promo code simplycyber at checkout. The only way to get 20% off is to go to joindeleteme.com/simplycyber and enter code simplycyber at checkout. That's joindeleteme.com/simplycyber, code simplycyber at checkout. Oh, man. All right, that was a mouthful, everybody. We do have the Threat Locker as well still, but we'll get to them in a hot minute. Coffee cup cheers to everybody, wherever you are, whatever you're doing. I hope you enjoy it. Now, I want to call your attention that every single episode of the Daily Cyber Threat Brief, including this one, is worth half a CPE. So if you have a cybersecurity certification that requires maintenance, we got you covered. Faced Oil knows what's up. Quinn knows what's up. Alex Rosado knows what's up. Just say what's up in chat like DP just did. You see how it's right above my head? DP, good morning, hashtag Team SC 772025. Just do that. Grab a screenshot. file it away, and once you count up the screenshots, divide by 2. That's how many CPEs you got. Now do me a favor, everybody, sit back, relax, and let's let the cool sounds
From the CISO
of the hot
series,
news wash
it's
over us.
cybersecurity headlines.
These are the cybersecurity headlines for Monday, July 7th, 2025. I'm Steve Prentice. Ingram Micro suffers a ransomware attack. One of the world's largest distributors of IT and cloud technologies was attacked on Thursday, July 3rd, leaving it unable to manage Microsoft 365 and Dropbox licenses. Responsibility for the attack is being claimed by the ransomware group SafePay, S-A-F-E-P-A-Y, which, according to security firm Fortra, was the most active ransomware crew in the world in May. In addition to encrypting company files, the group criticized Ingram Micro for, quote, mistakes made in setting up its corporate network, end quote. Specifically, they said, quote, it was the misconfiguration of your network that allowed our experts to attack you, so treat this situation as a paid training session for your system administrators, end quote. Sources have told Bleeping Computer that the group may have entered Ingram's systems via its Global Protect VPN platform. However, this is a developing story and much remains unconfirmed.
All right, really quick, we got a super chat in chat. Looks like I don't have the sound effect. What? Did we just become best friends? Yep. Quick shout out, Marcus Kyler of the Detroit crew with a super chat. Thanks, Marcus. He says, hashtag Team SC Metro Detroit meetup tomorrow, July 8th, 6:30 p.m. local time at Joe Cool Sports Bar in Novi. If you're a local, let's connect and the Detroit MI channel in Discord. So a couple things. One, if you're in that, greater Detroit area and you'd like to meet up with local information security people, kind of build community, Marcus Kyler will be doing that tomorrow. And if you want information, do / Discord in chat and go to the Discord and look for that Detroit MI. Also, I don't mention it enough. The thing is, I don't want to say I do too much, but we do so much here at Simply Cyber that a lot of times I forget things or forget to share them. If you go to simplycyber.io, as of right now, where is it? As of right now, you can go to this map right here, and you can actually see where our local meetups are. Look at all these different local meetups. This is insane. This is awesome. This one right here would be your old Greater Detroit Marcus Kyler situation. So if you do see one in your area, right, like let's say that you're in the Kansas City area, you could click on it and you'll see over here it says @ToastyPops. So you can get on the Discord and find Toasty Pops. Just another example. We got the Clearwater folks. You can do @ChuckBrew to get with Chuck Sapp. All right, so thanks, Marcus Kyler. All right, Ingram Micro gets popped by SafePay. Now, a couple things to note. One, I'm not really familiar with the SafePay ransomware group, but they said in the news story that this was the most devastating ransomware group in May 2025. So, honestly, that kind of, qualifier raises my attention, right? So I'm like Leonardo DiCaprio and Django Unchained with the coconut drink. I'm like, ransomware had my curiosity. SafePay, now you have my attention. So I would if I were you, look at what SafePay's they typically target certain types of industries to see if you're in there. Ingram Micro is a global product supplier in the tech space, so you should if that fits you. The one things I would say here is, number one, SafePay does something that other criminals do in the ransomware space, and it's quite disgusting, frankly, is they punch you in the mouth, hold you for ransom, and then say this is essentially an offensive security penetration testing engagement, and you would pay for that normally, so you're going to pay us. So the criminal threat actors, the SafePay in this instance, are trying disassociation between the fact that they're committing crime and trying to normalize it or quasi-gaslight their victims by saying that, oh, this is a professional services engagement and you would absolutely pay for this normally, so there's no reason you shouldn't pay now. Obviously, the difference here is that Ingram Micro didn't request this service, nor did they agree to it. This is no different than someone washing your windshield and then demanding money, or taking your picture at the Vegas Strip and then demanding money for it. It's like you didn't agree to the service nor the payment terms. So no, you can't gaslight me, SafePay, and say, oh, like consider this a training exercise for your system administrators. It's actually quite gross that you would even consider that. Now, the other thing I want to point out is Ingram Micro is a multi-billion-dollar company, and I'm not about to say that they can afford this and that they should just eat it. But my point is, when you have a massive company, you're going to have lots of people and lots of opportunities for misconfigurations. Lots of opportunities for customization. Lots of opportunities for basically attack surface. So, you know, it's hard. It's hard when you have, like, let me just tell you, it's hard when you have a large company. I've led cybersecurity efforts at a multi-billion-dollar academic medical center, and I can tell you there's tons of people who are just trying to get their job done. There's tons of people who are specialized. There's tons of people who, you know, for better or worse, make their own risk calculation. Oh, what's the big deal? I'm just downloading an app. Oh, what's the big deal? I'm just plugging this thing in. And in reality, they're not qualified. Just like I'm not qualified to do open heart surgery. You don't want me to do that. But if it comes to assessing risk and understanding what's the, you know, potential concerns around connecting to networks, I got you covered, boo. So anyways, the fact that a multi-billion-dollar company got popped in the face isn't surprising. What I would say is, just for your own protection, whether you're protecting a large company or you're looking to interview for a job and you want to show off and look like the bee's knees, let me tell you, here's how we do it. Number one, network segmentation, right? There's a reason that submarines don't have one room, right? If you pop a hole in the side of a submarine, they need to be able to basically flood that one room. And yes, it's awful. The people in that one room are going to die, but you saved the entire ship instead of the whole damn thing going down. This is the equivalent of network segmentation. You put choke points in your network, and you have certain data flow rules that can prevent threat actors from getting in there and moving laterally. Also, privileged access management. You want to get some of that, right? That way they can't escalate. They can't install stuff. They can't do the things they need to do. Also, fun fact really quickly, I think about this once in a blue moon, and I feel like DJ Bisek is going to feel seen here. When we did network segmentation at the Academic Medical Center, we rolled it all out. It was awesome. But when we were architecting like what the flows would look like, I swear to God, it's the only time in my entire career I've actually used the Bell-LaPadula model. And if you don't know what the Bell-LaPadula model is, you don't have CISSP. I'm telling you, it's one of these friggin' basically like data classification systems where you can like write up but read down. That's Bell-LaPadula. It'll be the answer to one of your CISSP questions, I swear to God. And you will think, when in the world am I ever going to use this stupid Bell-LaPadula thing? I used it one time during network segmentation. Let's go.
Hacker leaks Telefonica data allegedly from new breach. This breach on the Spanish telecom company, which occurred on May 30th, appears to be separate from the one the company suffered in January. This one allegedly gave the hacker 12 hours of uninterrupted data exfiltration time. It was, however, conducted by a member of the Hellcat ransomware group, which was responsible for the January breach, which traveled through an internal Jira development and ticketing server. This May 30th attack also appears to have been made through a new Jira misconfiguration. However, this too is a developing story, with Telefonica remaining tight-lipped while the hacker posts sample data that they claim is new and not from the January attack.
What? All right. Okay. So whatever. South American telephone company, right? So we're not even. Wait a minute. So this Telefonica has services in Hungary, Germany, Spain, Chile, and Peru. So South America, Spanish speaking, I guess. Basically, they attacked the Jira system. Jira is a ticketing system that is commonly used for like support desk, or if you're rolling out an ITIL implementation, like which is like basically an IT services implementation. By the way, if I just said ITIL and you had PTSD, I'm sorry. I've been part of an ITIL. I have those scars too, my friend. Basically, someone stole 5 gigs of data. Telefonica, in all of their glory, in all of their bird brain decisions to handle this breach, they straight up denied that the breach occurred. So the threat actor who did it went ahead and released 5 gigabytes of the data to demonstrate that they had it. This is essentially a proof of life, or a proof of, this is basically snapping a photo of the kidnapped person and sending it to you with a newspaper, right? Proof of life. That's all this Ray character is doing. Now, of course, this looks like it's on Twitter, which is crazy to me, right? So here's where we are in 2025. This person posted on a public social media platform that's based in the United States that they are a threat actor committing crime. And I don't know if this will turn into any type of investigation. You would think that law enforcement would be involved. Now, it doesn't look like the United States has been impacted by this in any way. Spain, Germany, Peru, Argentina, and Chile. I mean, Germany and the United States are pretty good friends here, but like, as far as I know, Argentina's not a super fan of the United States, right? So I don't know if the full brunt of the FBI would be involved in this, but anyways, frankly, there isn't much to this, right? Here's the TLDR. If a threat actor says they stole your information, you should absolutely trust but verify that they have it. And this is one technique to verify. Now, what I will say is one thing to give consideration to, and do tabletop exercises, okay? So tabletop exercises are like fake walkthroughs simulating that you've had a data breach or you've had a compromise or whatever. It doesn't matter. Choose your own adventure with the tabletops. But in this instance, guys, I gotta tell you, this is a bit of a contrarian hot take, but I could actually see a world where the strategy is deny, deny, deny until the threat actor proves it. Even if you have evidence to support that you did have a breach, if you're not required legally to publicly disclose that you have had that breach, then maybe you deny because the threat actor, the data got corrupted, or they didn't exfil it, or they're lying about it, or whatever, right? I mean, it's uncommon, but it has happened where threat actors have lied about having data. So, I guess as a business, I'm like, what is the negative consequence of lying that you had a data breach? You shake consumer confidence, but if you're not a publicly traded company, doesn't matter, right? The investors aren't making decisions. If you're not healthcare, you know what I mean? You don't have HIPAA to disclose, you know what I mean? Like, again, it's contrarian hot take, but like, if there's no reason for you to publicly disclose, should you? I don't know. I mean, that's something for your executive team to work through during TTPs. Come on.
GPT prone to recommending wrong URLs, creating a new phishing opportunity. Threat researchers at Netcraft are warning of the propensity of LLMs like ChatGPT to offer the wrong information when asked questions like, "Can you help me find the official website to log into my account at such and such a brand?" The researchers found that, quote, the AI would produce the correct web address just 66% of the time. 29% of URLs pointed to dead or suspended sites, and a further 5% to legitimate sites, but not the ones that users requested, end quote. The Netcraft team points out that, quote, fishers could ask for a URL, and if the top result is a site that is unregistered, they could buy it and set up a phishing site, end quote. This is because LLMs look for words and associations and do not evaluate a site's reputation or depth.
Yeah. AI doesn't evaluate the site's reputation or depth, nor does the human who's asking for it evaluate the validity of the response from ChatGPT. We're like devolving into like idiots. Dude, you can't just ask AI and then be like, oh, hey. Like, what are we turning into the people from the movie WALL-E? Where we just like, okay. All right, so number one, Lazaro Rivera, 2 years. Love it. Guys, shout out to all of you. I see Chinadu, TechGron, Kyle, Eve Bites. Eve Bites is saying, is it worth time to take courses on ITIL for interviews? Yeah, I mean, Eve's Bites, if you have a little familiarity with ITIL and the organization is using ITIL, it certainly wouldn't hurt. Okay, so ChatGPT is hooking it up for fishers and social engineers. Here's the deal. Two things. Number one, how do I want to sort this out? Okay, so as we all know, break it down. A social engineer, a phishing attack wants you to fall for some type of link that's maliciously controlled and, either install something, disclose your credentials, whatever, okay? Now, how does a threat actor do that? Number one, they can send you an email, right? Make it look like it. Number two, they can register lookalike domains, Capital One support my be your chin, right? Like .com, okay? Whatever it is. Now, SEO is essentially kind of dead because most businesses right now, if you have used Google in the last minute, you'll see that Gemini gives you some results to begin with before you see the top results. So the very top results that you will get now using Google, the number one website on the internet still is Gemini results. So it becomes incredibly valuable. I'm talking valuable.
Straight cash, homie.
For businesses to get into Gemini's responses, not just the top response for SEO. Think about that for a second, right? So if you Google, like, how do I change my engine oil, right? Mobile would love for Gemini to say, oh, you go down to friggin' Advanced Auto. By the way, Advanced Auto wants to get there too. Go down to Advanced Auto and buy 8 pints or gallons or what. Jesus, I'm so out of it, dude. I used to change my oil all the time now, and I just pay someone to do it now because I don't have time for it. But I forget the metric. Is it liters? Whatever. Buy 5 bottles of mobile oil, right? So that's what's hot right now. And threat actors can take advantage of this. And unfortunately, this is incredibly easy to do from a recon perspective. So here's what happens. Threat actor says, I lost my bookmark. Tell me how to go to Dropbox.com, right? Okay, oil is measured in quarts. Thank you. Don't judge me, guys. It's been a minute. Like, you know what? When you have a shot glass, listen, I always feel like I have to defend myself when I do stupid stuff. When you have a shot glass sized brain and you pour a gallon of information in it, or a quart, DJ BSEC, there's going to be some spillage, okay? So for me to be able to give you these hot takes on this AI, I had to remove what measurement bottles of oil were. All right? Whoops. Okay. So check it out. A threat actor just has to say, hey, I want to use Dropbox and I forgot the URL. What is it? And then, Gemini says, oh, it's Dropbox.com, which is the correct URL. Then they ask again. And I guess 1 out of every 3 times, it's going to give another wrong answer. And it can be abandoned URLs. It can be websites that Dropbox stood up or whatever. And then the threat actor registers that website. And now 1 out of every 3 responses from Gemini will send a victim to your maliciously controlled website. On top of that, it's going to look like it's got social proof and trust and authority because freaking Gemini is the one telling them. This is going to work exceptionally well, especially for non-technical people, not just elderly people. My son, my cousins, my Aunt Dorothea. All right. So here's the TLDR. This is a massive opportunity to educate your end users. Chuck Sapp, this is a major one. Educate your end users that the results come. Yes, people know about hallucinating. Let them know that results coming from AI that are giving them websites may not be legitimate. And criminals know it, right? Add a little bit of FUD. I'm just talking about like hey, the websites could be the wrong websites. That's the ice cream. You don't want to go too hardcore on fear, uncertainty, and doubt. So just a little bit of sprinkles, a little bit of jimmies if you're up in the New England area. Just a little bit of sprinkles and jimmies on top of FUD on how criminals could weaponize it.
Huge thanks to our sponsor, Vanta. Do you know the status of your compliance controls right now? Like, right now? We know that real-time visibility is critical for security, but when it comes to our GRC programs, we rely on point-in-time checks. But more than 9,000 companies have continuous visibility into their controls with Vanta. Vanta brings automation to evidence collection across over 35 frameworks like SOC 2 and ISO 27001. They also centralize key workflows like policies, access reviews, and reporting, and help you get security questionnaires done 5 times faster with AI. Now that's a new way to GRC. Get started at vanta.com/headlines. That is VANTA.com/headlines.
All right, here we go. All right, y'all. Holla, holla. Look at us. We're exactly at 8:30. I took a little bit of a break. And now I feel like I'm back. Minus the oil thing, which I'm sure Mod Chat will graciously forget. Not really. All right, hey, so check it out, guys. Thank you all for being here. Thank you for your consistent support. Thank you. You know, things get slow in the summer. Routines get broken, right? July 4th had some people getting some extra road sodas in them. You know what I'm saying? But hey, you're here today, and I want to say thank you. Thank you to the stream sponsors also, Barricade Cyber, Delete Me, Antisyphon, and Threat Locker. Let's play the Threat Locker ad read. And then I'm going to introduce you to the Simply Cyber Community Member of the Week, presented by Threat Locker. Actually, this is perfect, right? So Threat Locker provides a deny by default application security solution. Let's learn a little bit more about them, and then I'm going to introduce you to the Simply Cyber Community Member of the Week. He might be in chat right now. I certainly hope he is. Good person. Y'all know who he is. Let's go, Threat Locker. I want to give some love to the Daily Cyber Threat Brief sponsor, Threat Locker. Do zero-day exploits and supply chain attacks keep you up at night? Well, worry no more. You can harden your security with Threat Locker. Worldwide, companies like JetBlue trust Threat Locker to secure their data and keep their business operations flying high. Threat Locker takes a deny-by-default approach to cybersecurity and provides a full audit of every action allowed or blocked for risk management and compliance. Onboarding and operation is fully supported by their US-based Cyber Heroes support team. Get a free 30-day trial and learn more about how Threat Locker can help prevent ransomware and ensure compliance. Visit threatlocker.com. All righty, holla, holla, holla. Thank you, Threat Locker. And really thank you, Threat Locker, for sponsoring the Monday Community Member of the Week. If you are a previous Community Member of the Week, you know I deliver on the Amazon gift card or the Simply Cyber merch. If you've got the Simply Cyber merch right now, I hope you enjoy it. I take a lot of pride in choosing a vendor that I think makes good product. I love the blue Adidas pullover hoodie myself. Guys, let me introduce you to your Simply Cyber Community Member of the Week. His name is Eddie Lau, but you guys know him as Brexy, B-R-E-X-Y, Brexy. Brexy came as a recommendation from one of our community members, and he has been active in the Discord and the chat every day. He's not in chat right now, but ladies and gentlemen, at Brexy, if you see him, say hi. I just dropped it in chat, at Brexy. Brexy, do me a favor, get connected with me on Discord to get your prize. And thank you for demonstrating high-quality community service and just being a solid dude. Plus, your pedigree is insane. CISP, CCSP, system. This guy is GRC all day, every day. There it is. Let's go. Let's get it going, guys. Here we go. Alpha Sierra, lead us off if you would. Here we go, here we go. All right. Roswell UK says he loves his Simply Cyber merch. Thanks so much to me, the sponsors, Thread Locker, and of course the entire community. Heck yeah. Oh, hold on, here we go. All right. Shout out. All right, let's get back into it. GRC Mafia is in the house. Hey, Alana. Hey, Cam. Good to see you guys. Augusta Delgado. All right, let's finish strong, everybody. We got work to do. We got oil to change.
NightEagle APT exploits Microsoft Exchange to target China's military and tech sectors. Researchers from a Chinese security team known as Red Drip are describing the threat actor as, quote, targeting Microsoft Exchange servers as a part of a zero-day exploit chain designed to target government, defense, and technology sectors in China, end quote. The APT is named NightEagle due to the eagle-like swiftness of its actions, such as switching network infrastructures, as well as its propensity for striking at night in China. This latter attribute makes the researchers believe the threat actor is based in North America. The nature of the attack is in using a Go-based chisel utility to achieve the internet penetration function.
Wow, all right. So, first of all, I don't know if there's any relation to this, but like, dude, this is a suspected to be US-based APT, right? So advanced persistent threat. We, and I speak as a US citizen, we in the United States seem to not, we seem to like to name like adversaries like China and Russia, Iran, North Korea, AP, like advanced persistent threats. Look out for them. But then, like, at the same time, we don't, like, bro, we have a very advanced cyber capability, and we don't self-identify as an advanced persistent threat. But just go look at Equilibrium Group for number one. But you can almost, like, the second I saw this title, this is like a developing hot take I have. Spicy! Developing hot take I have. If the threat actor group is identified as US-based, it's going to have like a really cool nickname. NightEagle? Are you kidding me? NightEagle? Like was like I don't know, like Sexy Beast not available or something like that. NightEagle because they attack China at night and because they move, like they're swift and they attack. Like, dude, this was the biggest glorified verbal back rub I've ever heard for a threat actor group. Anyways, that's a prevailing hot take I got going on. So they're exploiting Microsoft Exchange on China's military and tech sectors. First of all, I'm stunned. I am stunned that China's military and tech sectors are using on-prem Microsoft Exchange. Here's their exactly. Sean Saylor's better than donkey farts. Yes, it is better than donkey farts. Listen, so here looking at the infograph here, from left to right, client organization, anomalous DNS request traffic is detected. Let's see. Actually, can we get a fact check on that one? Justin Gold just made a good point. They said that it's Eagle because of it moves really fast and it can pivot. Like it was like such a tongue bath of why it's called Eagle. But Justin Gold just made a really good point in chat. Like if I was if I was CrowdStrike and I was using animal names like panda for China or snake for Iran or bear for Russia, Eagle would be obvious for the United States, right? Can someone fact check me? Is CrowdStrike denoted Eagle for the United States threat actor groups? That would be really interesting. Okay, so looking at this, basically, this doesn't do anything for me. QAX Tinyan NDR and QAX AI SOC. This infograph is not very useful. A bunch of DNS requests come in to an Exchange server. Somehow they pivot from an Exchange server to a personal PC. That doesn't explain anything. Then they dump a binary on the personal PC. And then it registers a malicious domain. Oh, no. It does a... So this far right bubble is C2 beaconing. It requests a malicious domain every 4 hours. So whatever. Dude, this is the most overproduced infographic that basically doesn't say much except Exchange is somehow involved and it has a 4-hour beacon. All right. They did talk about red drip. All right, Tech Grunt. Okay, Space Tacos, Tech Grunt. I'm gonna do it, but this infographic doesn't get any movement. Here we go. Oh, yeah. I'll see you later, hackernews.com. Yeah. Okay. Anyways, TLDR. If you are somehow in our chat right now and protecting Chinese-based military or technology sector businesses, you should be mindful of this. I would imagine, number one, if you have a executable installed that's beaconing, EDR solutions and network beaconing solutions like Rita from Black Hills can help you detect that. You could see in the top of this picture, they have Wireshark. Wireshark replay analysis was conducted. Not a lot of people, I've heard multiple people, I guess they showed Wireshark. A lot of people asked this question during Jawjacking. I'm going to start a poll. Have you ever used Wireshark professionally? i.e. not for fun CTF lab. Okay. I'm putting a poll in chat right now. I'm answering no. I can't answer. That sucks. That's lame that I can't. A lot of people see Wireshark and they're like, "Oh, I should learn Wireshark." Dude, I've never used it professionally. I've used it to steal people's credentials, like sniff credentials while I was on the train, 1-hour commuter ride into Boston every day. I would just steal people's creds for fun. If you're doing troubleshooting on a network because of like bandwidth or something, T-Shark, yep. DJ BSEC might have to look into this. Okay, and Ben, there you go. Hey, final thing really quickly. Justin Gold actually did a little bit of research, and he says there are multiple U.S.-based advanced persistent threat actors named Something Eagle. So this does look like it checks out as a potential CrowdStrike naming convention. Way to go, United States.
Grafana releases critical security updates for image renderer plugin. Grafana Labs has, quote, addressed 4 Chromium vulnerabilities in critical security updates for the Grafana image renderer plugin and synthetic monitoring agent. Although the issues impact Chromium and were fixed by the open source project 2 weeks ago, Grafana received a bug bounty submission from security researcher Alex Chapman, proving their exploitability in the Grafana components, end quote. The update is being described as a critical severity security release with 3 CVSS scores of 8.8 and 1 of 8.1. These security problems impact the Grafana image renderer versions prior to 3.12.9 and the synthetic monitoring agent versions before 0.38.3. Taiwan.
Yeah, Grafana's had a couple bad situations recently. I think Grafana is like a plugin for data scientists to visualize data. Correct me if I'm wrong on that one, but I think that's what it is. All right, here's the deal, guys. 46,000 instances of Grafana is out there vulnerable. And this looks like it's a third-party risk. Patches have been issued to all affected Grafana cloud services. Okay, so it looks like Grafana Labs has addressed this as of July 3rd. Today's July 7th. So, you know what bothers me, okay? You know what bothers me? I like the people over at CISO Series. I do. Okay? This story is 4 days old. That's not news. Makes me think of like a local neighborhood news network that doesn't have like the staff to be able to properly stay on top of current news. So they're showing like, I don't know. This is before 4th of July. Can you imagine? This is before the big beautiful bill was signed. Like, can you imagine like a news report right now talking about like, oh, the votes are, the votes are coming in. Like what? I don't know, man. It's a news show. It's a news show. All right. So let's take a quick look at this. We've got CVE. So let's go to djbsec.github.io. This guy's been building some tools. You can see here, tools, blue team. This is DJBSec's website. EPSS scanner. Look at all these tools. He's color-coded them, made them look good. All right. Now look at this. DJBSec actually took feedback, and now the tool actually defaults to the previous day. So when you get the results, it actually doesn't throw you an error. All right. Chris Rock says, this is America. Rawr. All right. Papa Squat. I like it. All right. So we're getting this thing. Just really quick here. These scores, I just want to call it for everybody who wants to know about vulnerability management, which is within the GRC swim lane. These scores, 8.1, 8.8, these are out of 10.0. This is the CVSS, or what does the C stand for? It's something vulnerability scoring system. Cumulative. That's how often we use the acronym. Common vulnerability vulnerability scoring system, and it's out of 10. So it's based on how bad is it, how easy is it to exploit, all these other things, but it does not really, it's not useful from a how bad do I need to fix this right now. So for example, this one vulnerability has a score of 8.1, But if you look at the EPSS scoring system, you have a 4/100th of a chance of being exploited in the next 30 days. So Grafana has done all the things that they can, but even though this is a high severity, you should not lose your mind and go like leave the stream and go patch this. Really quickly, I want to point this out because this is super valuable, okay? The reason that you want to do this, the reason you'd want to go to here, I'm going to drop DJ B6 web thing in here, his tool. Here's the reason you want to do this, okay? Number one, let's be real. You don't have all the time in the world. You're a busy person, right? You've got a million things to take care of, and you need to prioritize, okay? Number two, when this vulnerability comes in, you get lots of vulnerabilities. In fact, that's why a lot of vulnerability management analysts become apathetic, is because they just get overwhelmed by the sheer number of vulnerabilities. This one, you have 4/100ths of a chance to get hit of 1%. That's very low. Like, you don't need to prioritize this. The reason I tell you this most specifically is because of political capital. When you go to the business, okay, or you send an all hands email out and you say, this needs to be done now, you better be damn sure that it needs to be done now, because you only get to do that. You only get to pull that arrow out of the quiver so many times before people are like, oh my God, here it is, Jerry again. It's our daily, everything's going to burn to the ground email. Ugh, right? It's the boy who cried wolf. So make sure this one right here. Hold on. Where's my finger? Oh, there it is. That one right here does not warrant an all hands email. You just kind of take care of it. You want to save those messages for when they matter most. And the EPSS score is what helps you understand if you need to fire off that arrow or not. Believe me, you will absolutely cut your legs out from underneath you if you go to the well too many times to get emergency patching, emergency fixing. You're going to lose the business because they're going to get tone deaf to you because you're always bringing that, all right? I'm telling you, this is rooted in 20 years of experience, okay? I'll give you a perfect example. What's the friggin' one? Mind Wipe, or what was the one where it was like it Meltdown? Spectre Meltdown? It was like a hardware CPU L2 cache, like not side channel attack, but you could like read L2 cache in a processor before the memory got written, or before the instruction pointer wrote, or push it onto the CPU. Anyways, the way to fix it was to basically nerf modern processors to be slow. And I remember being like, oh my God, because the coverage on it was so massive that people were losing their crap. So I did like an all hands thing, and I actually told people about this and what to do and everything, which wasn't much. But then like a month later, I had an all hands meeting, and someone said, hey, whatever happened with the meltdown? How bad was it? And I had to be like, nothing ever happened with it. Ugh. And I felt like such a toolbox because I like basically screamed. I like rang a bell running up and down the street. Everybody, meltdown, meltdown. And in reality, it was me melting down, not the friggin' vulnerability. So anyways, don't do that.
Alerts public on data risks from TikTok, Weibo, and RedNote. Taiwan's National Security Bureau has issued a warning that China-developed applications like RedNote, Weibo, TikTok, WeChat, and Baidu Cloud, quote, pose security risks due to excessive data collection and data transfer to China, end quote. This follows an inspection of these apps carried out in coordination with the Ministry of Justice Investigation Bureau and the Criminal Investigation Bureau under the National Police Agency. The agency, quote, evaluated the apps against 15 indicators spanning 5 broad categories: personal data collection, excessive permission usage, data transmission and sharing, system information extraction, and biometric data access, end quote. RedNote violated all 15 indicators, followed by Weibo and TikTok that were found to breach 13. WeChat and Baidu Cloud violated 10 and 9 of the 15 indicators, respectively. These issues encompassed extensive collection of personal data, including facial recognition information, screenshots, clipboard contents, contact lists, and location information. All the apps have also been flagged for harvesting the list of installed apps and device parameters. End quote.
All right.
Be sure to...
All right. So first of all, this is a table of violations. My first question is like, who set the violations? Like, what standard is this? Like, oh, GRC dork in the house. Yeah, GRC dork. Like, one of the violations is that data packets are routed to servers in China. Like, and I'm being objective here. Like, these are Chinese-made based apps. Have you ever launched an application that said, hey, would you mind sending data back to the software developer so they can improve the product? All of us have seen that pop up before. It happens all the time. It's literally an option that you can opt in or out of. Microsoft does it with like every application. So if it's a Chinese-based application and it asks you if it can send data back, then like number 12 here on the list is violated. Okay, and again, I'm being slightly playful here. My point is you can't just look at something like McCarthy from the 50s and be like, oh, it must be bad. Like this is what promotes xenophobia, for Christ's sakes. Now, I get it. Like, China probably is doing a lot of nefarious things. They are awesome at espionage, okay? And if you lived in Taiwan, I would assume that Taiwanese people just live on a constant threat that China doesn't even recognize Taiwan as a country. China thinks like Taiwan is like one of the provinces of China. You know what I mean? Can you imagine? I mean, I guess we kind of did this recently in the United States, but can you imagine if like the United States was like if the United States just came out and was like, you know what, Canada, you're actually the 51st state. Like, you're not called Canada anymore. You're called like Texarkana, or you know what I mean? Like we have just decided that you're not a country anymore. Like, that's kind of what's happening with Taiwan in regards to China. Okay, so this is a thing. Now, I do appreciate at least having this rubric to be able to measure and look at these apps. Remember, people are opting in to install these applications. You're not forced to use RedNote. You're not forced to use TikTok. You choose to. So I do appreciate all this. Now, there is a lot of having been objective. There is a lot of weird stuff in here, like where, you know, it collects all your data, all your clipboard data. It wants access to all your device. It wants all your permissions. Like, this is a gross overreach of an application for sure. And I'm sure that they are doing more than they should, as has been seen with these apps in the past. So just be mindful of them. I would say if you're looking for a research product, project, stand up one of these apps and do data collection. Span the network port. Turn off the cell carrier. Force it to go through a network device that you control, and capture the PCAPs and look at what it's sending. Look at how often it's sending. Dump the firmware or stand up an emulator for an Android OS and look at what files the application is touching or copying or reaching for. Like, there's a lot of fun quote unquote fun. I think it's fun, but there's a lot of fun. There's a lot of research. There's a lot of opportunity here because everyone can install the app, right? So why not giddy up on it, right? The question is, do you want to invest the time, right? It's like anything else I say to people in cybersecurity. Like, ideas are easy. I'll give you 10 ideas for research projects. Execution's hard, right? Execution's hard. Time is valuable. That's why I don't even remember like what the measurement of units is for oil, because I don't change my own oil anymore because it takes me like 3 hours, and I'd rather just pay someone to do it and I work on Simply Cyber literally while at the auto store. Oh my God, what do they call the place? The mechanic. Oh my God. I'm such a dork. At the mechanic, I just work on Simply Cyber stuff. All right, here we go. Don't go anywhere, because we got Jawjacking coming up in a hot minute. We got a hot minute coming up. I do want to remind everybody a couple quick things. Number one, this Tuesday, so tomorrow, Eddie Miro, black badge holder from DEF CON, and new host of a podcast on Simply Cyber called Simply Social Engineering. He is an expert in social engineering, and he's going to be showing us human hacking tomorrow at 1 p.m. Do not miss this. Human hacking. This Lunch and Learn series is a continued effort that Simply Cyber has been serious about implementing. It complements Simply Cyber Academy. These sessions are 1 hour, they are live, and they are free, and you will learn a practical skill, I promise you. That's the goal. Come by tomorrow. The link I just pinned in chat, you can click and get it on your calendar. I'm dropping the Wireshark poll. Looks like about half of you have used it professionally just about, so that's very interesting, very cool. If today's your birthday, drop it in chat, and if you know it's somebody's birthday, embarrass them and let us know in chat so we can welcome them properly. Guys, I'm Jerry from Simply Cyber. I want to say thank you to all of you. Thanks, Phil Stafford. Thanks, Poner Joe. Thanks, Sierra Montgomery and Alpha Sierra. Thanks, Justin Gold and DJ Bisek, Haircut Fish, Jenny Housley, Kimberly Can Fix It, Eric Taylor, the mod team. So many of you here, so many wonderful people. We're off and running on a Monday. Don't go anywhere because we got Jawjacking in a hot minute. Until next time. Ever wonder what it takes to break into cybersecurity? Join us every weekday for Jawjacking, where industry experts answer your burning questions about the cybersecurity field. Live, unfiltered, and totally free. Let's level up together. It's time for some Jawjacking. Hey, welcome to Jawjacking. I'm your host, Jerry Guy. We don't pull any punches up in this piece. We're kicking it like a bunch of bosses. Shout out to Dr. Gerald Ocean, the Daily Cyber Threat Brief nerd. What I'm doing is killing it like a boss. Me, Phil Stafford, TechGrun 11G, Sierra Montgomery. We're dropping the people's elbows on your questions. So if you got a question, drop it in chat. I will do everything within my power to answer it, unless it has to do with auto mechanics, and then I probably will just defer. Just a Bite dropping a 38 months. Hey, Jerry, I got a second stage interview tomorrow for a GRC analyst role at a water utility company. Any advice you can give? Yeah, couple things. Number what? It depends what level role, but just a Bite, two things. Number one, at Justin Gold. Justin Gold worked at Water for a number of years. Justin Gold, if you can tag at Just a Bite in chat and offer any suggestions. I do want to say congratulations on getting to the second stage of the interview. What I would recommend, Just a Bite, is two things. Number one, I would go into the news and I would find a recent water-related story. There's been a couple of them. In fact, let's just do it live on stream right now. Let's not screw around here. Water utility, cybersecurity attack, right? I'm going to do the Google search, then I'm going to do tools. I'm going to sort by time and say in the past year. There we go. October 8th, 2024, America's largest utility hit by cyber attacks. So it's America's largest water utility. So chances are wherever you're interviewing is aware of that. I would read this story here. Just a Bite. I'll drop this in chat. Just a Bite. I would read this story. I would get familiar with it. Then I would think about what could you do to protect, they probably offer up in the story how to protect yourself from these attacks. I'd get smart with those and then just kind of have them at the ready, right? So you can easily mention in the job interview, oh yeah, I remember back in October, the largest water utility got hit, and from that, you know, we could infer that, you know, whatever, VPNs need to be secured, or we really should think about, you know, whatever. I also recommend, you will be asked in the job interview, Just a Bite, do you have any questions? You absolutely will be asked in that job interview, do you have any questions? My favorite question is something like, you can ask it a bunch of different ways, but ask something around the lines of, you know, how do you see the information security programming here? Like, how do you see the information security programming? How do you see the information security program maturing over the next 18 months? This is going to give you insights into like what their information security program looks like, what their budget is, what their priorities are, what they see as the biggest threats. You'll also be informed on how you can plug into that and you know, deliver value into that. It's a great question. Steal it. All right. If you have a question, drop it in chat with a Q. I see It's Levancia dropped it in chat with a Q. This chair is like hurting my butt. I made a grave mistake here. Ooh, hold on. Carrie Franklin. All right. I see a lot of questions with Q. Just give me a second. I'm scrolling backwards through chat and I'm pinning them. Okay, here we go. Levancia says, I want to get more experience in phishing awareness and phishing simulations. Are there any projects or resources I can get into to get more experience? Okay, so this is not a planted question, but listen, this just happened yesterday, okay? Oh, thank you, Mod. Whoever did that, was that Justin? Yeah, thanks, Justin. So check this out. Honestly, It's Levancia. Tyler Ramsby actually just released this course in Simply Cyber Academy. It's $34.99 right now. I think there's like a early bird offer. I think if you use like early bird 24 or something, you get like, it's like $20 or something like that. This is legitimately a hands-on how to stand up phishing, how to do it, and how to use it for educating your end users. So I'll drop a link to that. Now this does cost money. It's Levancia, so in full disclosure, but like literally this is a killer answer to your question. Now for more of a free version of an answer, what I would say is it depends, like a lot of email security gateways offer like Exchange Online Protection has built-in phishing simulations and stuff like that. Phishing awareness, there's a ton of like every single October, It's Levancia, the NIST, the National Institute of Standards and Technology, releases a lot of cybersecurity awareness information, especially around phishing awareness. So when you say you want to get more experience, I don't know if you want to get experience like doing phishing or educating on phishing, but those are the answers. So let me know in chat, It's Levancia, if that answers your question. And please tag me at Gerald Ozier or at Simply Cyber, so it'll light up bright orange for me so I can see it. Carrie Franklin says, aside from Tanya Jenka and We Hack Purple, who is Tanya Jenka, what other resources do you know for application security? Ooh, that's a good question. That's not really a swim lane that I run in. You know who is in that space? Naomi Buckwalter. She is in that space. Let's see if Naomi's got some stuff kicking here. By the way, I know my camera's freezing. Please grant me grace. I literally re-image, like, Microsoft has like a lightweight re-imaging. I did that. I uninstalled OBS, reinstalled it. I updated my graphics card, drivers. I don't know what the hell's going on, but it's a thing. So Naomi Buckwalter does have a lot around. It's around more of the software development of application security, but you didn't qualify what you were asking for. So I'll drop a link in chat to this, Carrie. All right. Elliot Matisse says that NIST has a huge repo of phishing and password cyber hygiene. Yeah, I figured they did. Cyber phishing. Hold on. Phishing awareness, hygiene. Yeah, look here. It's Lavincia. Looking at chat right now. This is what I'm talking about. So there you go. And Carrie Franklin, I would also, I know you said Tanya, like, are there any other resources? I would ask Tanya and consume her newsletter, because chances are there's more info in there on that specific topic. Steve McMichael says, you mentioned Black Hills and a free EDR. Did I mention it? I mentioned Rita, their C2 beaconing detection system, but I don't remember free EDR. Can you talk about what you look for in an effective EDR implementations and maybe show one? All right, so number one, I don't know of a free EDR. Let me go Google Open EDR. Damn. Okay, so I just Googled Open EDR, and it looks like this is an Open EDR solution. If Black Hills is doing something with this, that is interesting. So the bigger question that Steve's asking is, like, what is my criteria for EDR, like, product selection, right? If I was going to purchase an EDR as a CISO, like, what kind of things would I be looking at? All right, so number one, I would actually, I would talk to the security operations people first, and just, number one, and again, what I'm about to tell you is how you do it in real life, right? Like, a textbook isn't going to say it this way, but this is how you do it. Number one, I would talk to the SecOps people and get their thoughts. Even if you absolutely dismiss all of their thoughts and you're a tyrant and you don't care what they think, you should still talk to them. Buy-in is huge, okay? If you don't have buy-in from the people who are going to be using the tool, good luck. You might as well piss into the wind. Number two, as far as, like, actual technical capabilities, what operating systems does it support? It's definitely going to support Windows, but does it support Android? Does it support iOS? Do you need it to support Android and iOS? These kind of questions. Number three, like, what is the management what's the architecture look like? Chances are it's got some cloud-based centralized console, but maybe it has to be installed on-prem. Okay, like, what does that look like from a maintenance perspective and a management perspective? You also want to look at pricing, which I know is not a technical feature, Steve, but, like, what is the license cost? What's the vendor lock-in? And then from a technical perspective, again, what's the performance burden on the endpoints, right? Is a file server gonna be burdened? Is there any type of operating system you can install it on, right? Can you install it on Windows 7? You might be like, well, Windows 7's end of life. Yeah, it's end of life, but guess what? In reality, businesses still run Windows XP, Windows 7 in certain situations for certain reasons. You know, there's other, like there's all sorts of things. Like, what's the general vibe of it, right? So, I mean, I've run Cisco AMP. It wasn't called AMP. They, like, rebranded it to something else, but it was AMP. Cisco acquired it. There were, like, false positives happening. It was frustrating. So what is the vendor support for that? I know, for example, FireEye will, at least a couple years ago, FireEye will, like, meet with you monthly with, like, a customer success person, give you threat intelligence information. So, like, it's a little bit of extra, like, sweetener on top of the actual EDR technical solution. So those are kind of the things I would think of. All right, continuing to look at chat, I do see a quick hit here. Give me a second, guys. Mask says, I'm studying for OSCP. My job isn't going to pay for it, so I'm paying for it out of pocket. Is this the only route to red team? No, it's not. Although it is certainly a good route. OSCP does have a lot of gravity in our industry still. Honestly, if I was gonna, you got to remember, red team is like an advanced pen tester. So, honestly, I would try to get into pen testing first, then, skill up into red teaming. But what I would do is, OSCP certainly is a good path. But I would start talking to like offensive security companies, Red Siege, Rhino, Black Hills. I would start running in those circles, right? Bo Bullock is like a very, very well recognized offensive security professional. He's very good at what he does. You know what I mean? Like, he runs a tool, open source tool. Like, maybe it depends what your skills are, but like, maybe you contribute to that project, right? Like, what I'm talking about is more about relationships and networking and the value of that to get in than necessarily hard credentials. Okay, so and by the way, OSCP, put that on your resume. You'll have a better chance of getting a job, but you're not guaranteed one. It's not like they hand you your OSCP cert and then give you a menu and you select your job. Roswell UK has been sharing that the it's $10 off with Early Bird 24 on Tyler Ramsby's phishing course. Steve McMichael says he started the course and it's great. Steve is a GRC person, so it's not just for hard-nosed offensive security people. Here. Really quickly, stay tuned because at the bottom of the hour at 9:30, Philip Wiley's Simply Offensive show is kicking off. He's going to be talking with Amelia Caron. Guys, I got to tell you, people have been loving Philip Wiley's new podcast on Simply Cyber Media Group. We got a lot of really great positive feedback already from it, so I'm looking forward to rating it with you guys. All right. All right, let's keep cooking. Mass said he currently went through 5 stages interviews for a SOC analyst job. He's going to find out if he gets this job. That is really a ridiculous amount of interviews for a tier 1 position. Way to go, though. I hope you get it. Bryant with the super chat jumping to the front of the line. Here we go. Front of the line, $4.99. What? Did we just become best friends? Yep. Brian says, I started my first week of working with the cyber mentors to help give direction for getting into cybersecurity. John and Steve are awesome. Okay, so check it out. Steve Higuerita and John Hoyt, who are the Cybersecurity Mentors podcast hosts, which their show is on Thursdays, are working with Brian O, and he's loving it. Way to go, and thanks for the super chat. All right. I'm going to scrub the questions directly from Mod Chat. I'm not going to pull them up. Carrie Franklin says, oh, wait, hold on. Space Tacos, will Simply CyberCon be virtual this year? Yes, it will. It will also be in person. I do have to get better at marketing this. I've been so focused on Black Hat. Look at Simply CyberCon 2025 is coming. It'll be November 2nd and 3rd. It will be virtual. There'll be 2 tracks. You will be able to watch both tracks online. It will cost $0. It will cost $0 online. If you would like to attend the conference in person, I think it's $20. Okay? We are at the Marriott. It costs like $20,000, okay? Listen, I'm not charging you $20 so I can friggin' make money. The conference is a non-profit. The hotel costs $20,000. I'm trying like heck to get sponsors to pay for it, but guess what? We have a hard head count. So if I made it free, like, it would be a mess. I also want to point out that there is training. We have 4 different trainings available. The trainings are $800, so those are real full-day trainings that are not free. You can go and see Michelle Kahn teach OSINT. You can get offensive training from Chris Trainer of Black Hills. Steve McMichael, who's in chat right now, is going to be doing a full-day GRC training. And Hayden Covington from Black Hills is doing a Blue Team Detection Engineering 101 training. So if you do the training, it's $800. It's a full day. I feed you lunch, and you get access to the conference as well for free. Or you pay for it, but obviously you don't have to pay a separate ticket. So go to simplycybercon.org for all the details. And thanks for the question, Space Tacos. I do want, guys, if you can help me promote the conference, please. I've been struggling to have time to do it. If we don't get 10 people to register for the a training. The training will be canceled. James McQuiggan's podcast goes live later this week. James McQuiggan's podcast is going to go live. Oh, wait, hold on. Maybe I'm mistaken. Let me see. Yeah, James McQuiggan, I don't think it goes live this week. So maybe next week. Kimberly can fix it. Knows Kimberly's director of operations of the media group. So she's, I should know, but I don't. All right, let's keep cooking here. CM says, is security policies reasonable and manageable approach? Controls and security policies thinks it's, I don't understand your question, CM. If you can rephrase this question, I literally don't understand it. I would like to answer it. I don't understand it. Kevin Dawkins says, would you allow your user to connect HubSpot into ChatGPT? Ugh. Would I allow my user? Well, it depends, right? So do you have a private instance of ChatGPT that you're paying for with clear data usage rights and data governance rights? Maybe. But, and the data that you've collected in HubSpot, have you made any assurances to the people that you've collected the data from on how it will be properly used? Here's the thing. I'm reasonable. I'm not opposed to I'm not opposed to putting data in ChatGPT. The thing is, am I doing it within the policies and reasonable expectations that I've set forth? Realistically, I probably would not, if it were me. Space Tacos with a super chat. Thanks for the super chat. What? Did we just become our friends? Yep. Thanks, Space Tacos. Space Tacos says, Jerry, please have a look because I wasn't able to register for the virtual conference. Oh, I see what you're saying, Space Tacos. Yeah, right now, I don't think we actually have a registration for the conference itself. I will take care of that, Space Tacos. That's just a oversight by me. Thank you. Here, give me a second. I'm going to add this to my to-do list right now. Okay, so I've added it, Space Tacos. Thank you. Thanks for the super chat and thanks for the reminder. This is what I'm talking about when it comes to community. All right, so CM's qualified the question. What are your thoughts on creating a dedicated O365 account for third-party users? There are concerns around lateral movement risks as these accounts are treated. Yeah, no, this is a great practice. Yeah, you can create accounts and then nerf their permissions. You can use federated accounts and nerf the permissions. You can limit access to different network segments and VLANs to limit access. Yeah. What I would recommend you don't do, CM, is create one account and have multiple people use it. Because then you get into a plausible deniability type situation. But yeah, no, this is a good practice. Honestly, guys, in a zero trust world, in a zero trust architecture, your internal accounts and your external accounts are kind of the same because it's all about what are you permissioning them to access, right? You could have an internal sales guy have limited access to things when they are in foreign countries or something like that, right? Or access to certain resources only at certain hours. So yeah, if you have the budget for it, go for it. All right, Kevin Dawkins says, excellent answer. Thanks, Kevin. I honestly appreciate that. I forget what the question was, but what long-term impact will AI have on the security job market? Oh my God. So AI will have a massive impact on all job markets. Now, I will say that I think cyber is going to be a little bit better. You can AI to automate all the things, but AI is just a tool. So I think if you're good at using AI, that will level you up as a practitioner. There are certain jobs that it will I won't say eliminate, but like instead of having, like, for example, like let's say help desk, okay? I know that's not cyber, but just work with me. Imagine help desk, okay? So instead of having 10 people work help desk, maybe you have 3 people and they aren't working the help desk necessarily. They're managing the AI that's managing the help desk, okay? So I think the roles and responsibilities are going to change a little bit. I think offensive security, you're still going to want the nuances. You're still going to want the novel attacks, right? Humans are creative and clever. AI can be creative and clever, but it's still kind of broken. I saw a story over the weekend of someone that asked AI to create like run a vending machine business, and like within like 4 hours, people had convinced the AI to stock like tungsten cubes in the vending machine and to give free discounts on things in the vending machine. So like, as smart as AI is, it can be manipulated, and that's a very human technique. So I think that there'll still be techniques around that. The final thing I'll say on this is use AI, learn AI. I was horrified, okay? Horrified. This week, I had 4th of July cookouts. I have nieces. My nieces are in high school. I asked my nieces, how are they using AI? They said, we don't use AI. And I'm like, what do you mean? They're like, we can't use it in school. It's considered cheating. I said, yeah, no, I get it. Don't use it in school, but how are you using it in your personal life? And they're like, what do you mean, Uncle Jerry? You're such a dork. And I'm like, oh. So people aren't even thinking about using AI. We're living in this like bubble where we're like, oh, AI, all the things. I'm telling you, if you're not using AI, you're going to be left behind. It's like not using email or not using the internet 25 years ago. You've got to use it. Oh, no problem. Hey, Kevin Dawkins, thanks. You don't have to super chat me if you don't want to. I'm happy to serve this community. The super chat's appreciated, but I'm here to help. All right. Computer Cyber K Dub says I can skip Net Plus and Sec Plus and study try hack me and hack the box. Well, it depends what your goals are. I would not skip Security Plus. So I would learn what is in Network Plus. I would not get the cert. I would take the Security Plus and get it. Hey, I screwed up. Simply Offensive is tomorrow. Do we have a stream today? Do we have a stream today? Hold on. I made a mistake. Guys, I have so much going on. It like cooks my brain sometimes. Monday is going to be... Who is Monday? Actually, you know what? I'm going to go to the Discord server. I'm going to look at the announcements because there's a weekly schedule. We do not have a live stream today. There is a podcast for every day of the week. Monday is... Oh, Monday is Simply Defensive with Wade and Josh. That will be coming. I'm still going to stop at 9:30 because the Jawjacking is a 30-minute show. I want to get adjusted to 30-minute shows for Jawjacking every day of the week for many reasons. Tech with Roman Clip says, is the GRC Masterclass getting removed from your website or is expected to stay for a while? So GRC Masterclass will be staying at Simply Cyber Academy. GRC Masterclass is being retired at TCM Academy. There's been a lot of confusion. Some people think I work at TCM Academy. Some people, like, this is part of the reason I'm retiring it from TCM Academy. The GRC Masterclass will be available at Simply Cyber Academy, and I have it in the works to actually add a AI for GRC lecture to the course once it's officially only available at Simply Cyber Academy. And if you already have access to the course, you'll get access to that lecture as well. All right, here we go. Let's go. What do we got? A couple minutes here. Oh my God, my stomach's starting to hurt from all the coffee I drank. Looking at chat, got questions here. There we go. Elliot Matisse showed his 80-year-old mother-in-law how to use AI to help her in the garden. So, dude, yeah, this is a great use case. Let me share a use case that I think is phenomenal. I didn't even know this was capable. We were screwing around and we figured it out. Listen, my wife, my brilliant, beautiful wife, took a picture of my mother-in-law's front yard. My mother-in-law bought 3 trees. She said, where should I plant these trees? My wife took a picture of the front yard and asked ChatGPT where to plant these trees. And ChatGPT literally gave an idea of where to plant the trees, then reposted the picture and circled exactly where to plant the trees. And my mother-in-law planted the trees in those places, and it looks awesome. So yeah, there's awesome use cases. Also, fun fact, if you guys want a little teaser, for the 296 who are still here, tomorrow's Tidbits Tuesday, I'm going to be sharing some personal photos of me and Mrs. Ogier. We took some great photos over the last couple days. I got authorization to share these photos with you. My wife is very, she likes to authorize photos before I release them publicly. But we got some fun photos for you guys on Tidbits Tuesday. So just sharing a little bit about me and what I've been up to these last couple weeks. What does this mean? What's the code I study? Sec Plus even is older. I don't understand this. Hey guys, I mean this with all the respect, and I mean this genuinely. If English isn't your first language, totally get it. If you put a question in chat, please proofread it. Like, I don't know how to answer this question. I don't understand what this question is asking. So please, I'm happy to help you. I will answer your questions. I need to understand the question. All right, so what are we doing on time here? We're at 9:30. Here we go. We're gonna speed run questions here. People dropping their favorite chats in here. Are you using any AI automation tools? I would love to use N8N. I use Gemini for personal. I use Claude for work. I would love to use N8N, Tech with Roman Clips. I just haven't had time. I'm working on something. It's killing me right now. I'm trying like heck to get ready for Black Hat. In fact, hey, listen really quick. This is a shameless plug. I don't typically do this, but this is shameless, but I'm kind of up against it. If you work at a cybersecurity company, and let me get this, and you guys are looking to do marketing for Black Hat, let me know. I do it every Black Hat. I go around and do like man on the street interviews or long form interviews. I got a whole website that's almost done. So if you'd like to work with Simply Cyber at Black Hat, let me know. I would like to do that. I am in the Northeast until after Black Hat. Continuing to speedrun these questions. Claude, it's C-L-A-U-D-E, ZMIF. C-L-A-U-D-E, Claude. It's the Anthropic one. In Spanish, is it Jira or Jira? LOL. You tell me, FedEx. I believe you're a native Spanish speaker. Or not native, but you're fluent in Spanish. Cool. Phil Stafford's wife's making a whole business. I love it. All right, everybody. I'm Jerry from Simply Cyber. Or, excuse me. Oops. I'm Jerry Guy. Not Jerry. Guys, thanks so very much. If you would, share Simply CyberCon. Again, we don't make any money from this. We are charging for, we're charging for you to show up, but it's $20, dude, for a conference. And the money goes towards the conference. We have full transparency of the financials. So if you want to look at any point at the bank accounts, we have it publicly posted. This is not a grift. The training, just so everyone knows, the training's $800. 400 goes to the trainers, 400 goes to the conference. The idea is that we can use the conference funds to help, do honorariums, hopefully. If you'd like to speak at Simply CyberCon, go to simplycybercon.org and submit for the CFP. We definitely appreciate that. Guys, at this conference, you're going to get breakfast. You're going to get lunch. There's activities. There's prizes. We're doing a speaker dinner. We're doing a party afterwards. All of these things, like, it's at a hotel. Like, I'm just being real. All these things cost money. I know a lot of people are like, oh, community and service and, like, you know, free everything. I'm all about free everything too, but the reality is if you want to give large events and do big events, it costs money. It just does. So we're trying to do this in a non-profit way. So go to simplycybercon.org. Appreciate it. I'm Jerry from Simply Cyber. Come back tomorrow, 8 a.m. for the Daily Cyber Threat Brief. Until next time, stay secure.